It's time now for some business news, and we're heading to California, where a tentative deal has now been reached between major film and TV studios and striking actors, thereby putting an end to a 118-day walkout. Charles, tell us more.
That's right, Haxi. The historic labor movement really crippled the entertainment industry, delaying hundreds of shows and films and costing $6 billion to the U.S. economy, according to economists, as well as affecting the livelihoods of 2 million people. Now, the deal's details will be disclosed on Friday, but the Sag-Aftra, the union representing actors, values it at $1 billion and says it will enable members to build sustainable careers. It'll have to be ratified by the organization's 160,000 members in the weeks to come. Charlotte Hughes has the details.
The longest strike in Hollywood history looks to finally be at an end. After months on the picket line, the Sag-Aftra union has reached a tentative agreement with major studios. Union members say they can finally breathe a sigh of relief.
It's absolutely incredible. It's surreal. I don't quite know how it fully feels yet, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm excited to see what's in the deal and know all the details, but if our negotiating committee thought it was good, then I'm sure it's good.
Actors had been calling for better pay, including increased residuals, the payments actors get when their work is rebroadcast. The dominance of streaming services means those fees have dwindled compared to the heyday of broadcast TV. Strikers were also urging for safeguards on the use of AI, as performers feared being replaced by digital doubles. The AMPTP, which negotiated on behalf of Walt Disney and Netflix, has described the deal as unprecedented, a sentiment echoed by the union.
I think a lot of things have advanced between the last moment of our negotiations in July. So that includes things like minimum wages that have increased substantially to help our members keep up with the impact of inflation that's occurred over the last couple of years. And I feel very confident when our members see what we have done with the AI provisions that they will feel that they are being well protected against the likely developments in this part of the industry.
The contract, valued at over $1 billion, is yet to be ratified by the union's board and members, but is widely expected to pass. It comes after the Writers Guild of America ended their strike in September, after almost 5 months. The combination of the strikes is estimated to have cost the California economy at least $6.5 billion so far.
Well, hours before that tentative deal was reached, Disney published its third quarter earnings. The entertainment giant led by Bob Iger reported better than expected profits. It's on track to bring in more revenue in the coming year and planning on making $2 billion worth of further cost cuts as well. On the studio side, the company is aiming to produce less content, but of higher quality, according to the CEO. And when it comes to the losses in its streaming services, Disney Plus, they've been reduced to $387 million in the last quarter, down from $1.5 billion a year ago. That $1 billion loss was what led Iger to come back and take over from his designated successor, Bob Chapek. Well, let's take a look at the stock markets now in Europe at the open. Shares trading either flat or higher. The DAX in Frankfurt leading the gains up up 0.5%, while the FTSE in London and Paris CAC 40 are trading more flat. Investors going through a slew of corporate earnings there. And in Asia, the Hang Seng in Hong Kong and the Shanghai Composite both trading either lower or a flat lower, half a quarter lower for the Hang Seng in Hong Kong on the back of new data showing deflation coming back in China last month. Elsewhere, shares are in the green again after 2 days of negative trading. The Nikkei in Tokyo closing the session 1.5% higher. And Japanese tech and entertainment conglomerate Sony saw its profits fall 29% last quarter. The company was particularly hurt by a 38% slump in profits in its chips division, as expenses moved higher and sales of the group's signature image sensors weakened. Sales of PS5 consoles in the second quarter reached 4.9 million units, so the company is maintaining its goal of selling 25 million units by the end of the year. And finally, here in Paris, just not too far from the studios of France 24, actually, the annual Made in France Expo kicks off this Thursday. 1,000 participants will be showcasing their wares made in country, whether it's in the fashion sector, or toy making, or decoration. The event is meant to support national industry and manufacturing. A new survey shows that consumers are eager to buy locally produced goods, but inflation is giving some of them cold feet. While 89% of respondents say they want to buy more goods made in France, 80% say they've had to cut back on these purchases because of inflation. Another obstacle to the sector, lack of visibility and information. Many say they aren't always convinced that goods are fully made in the country, and 45% say that shops don't make it easy to know, see which goods are actually made in France.
Charles Pellegrin, I'm sure you'll be checking out that expo a little bit later on. Charles Pellegrin with today's business news. Thank you very much.